Hey everyone, Jordan Burke, your friendly neighborhood club fitter. I want to talk a little bit about something I've kind of spoke about very briefly before, but I did it mainly with drivers, and that's center of gravity location. So first up, I have a 3-iron set at 21 degrees. I have a hybrid set at 21 degrees, and then I have my 7-wood set at 21 degrees. So I'm going to hit a few shots with each, and we'll see what we get in terms of results. And you'll be surprised to see how high it goes, the dynamic loft, all those things. Even though these all say 21 degrees, we'll be curious to see how much loft is actually presented at impact when we're swinging these golf clubs. First up, the 3-iron. All right, next up, 21 degree hybrid. Last up, 7-wood, 21 degree fairway wood. All right, so got done hitting those 3 golf clubs. Again, all 3 had the exact same static loft. So it was a 21 degree iron, a 21 degree hybrid, and a 21 degree fairway wood. Now, if you look at the numbers, roughly kind of the same in carry distance. So the top one would be the 3-iron, so 221 carry, 221 carry for the hybrid, 230 carry for the 7-wood. So a little bit quicker with the 7-wood, but nothing drastically different. You'll see over here, I don't know if you make it out, we were 139 ball speed, 139 ball speed, 141 ball speed. Look at the launch angles. The 3-iron was 10.5. The 21 degree hybrid was 12 or 11.9. And then the fairway wood was 13.2. The interesting thing, because these are 3 very, very different clubs, so you have an iron where there's not much front to back here. We have a hybrid where it's a little bit wider. And then we have a fairway wood where it is the widest front to back, basically meaning that it'll go the highest in the air, relatively speaking, to a similar lofted club. So when I take a look at the dynamic loft, again, all 3 exact same static loft, dynamic loft with impact, we were 13.8 degrees with the 3-iron. We were 14.7 with the hybrid, so we were going up. And then we get to the fairway wood, and it was 25.6. So something to consider, especially if you have trouble getting it up in the air, or if we're trying to take it down on the ground and hit it a little bit lower, depending on your club head speed and how you deliver the club. This is something we're going to take a look at to compare and contrast to what, your long irons or hybrids or a higher loft of fairway wood, how those things can relate to each other and how they can help you play better golf. If you're someone like myself, I hit it pretty low. 3-iron is probably, as much as I like hitting irons, 3-iron's probably not the best option for me. And this summer was probably the first times I really put a 7-wood in play and played with it. And it's been awesome because it's basically something I can hit straight to the moon, and it goes about as far as 3-iron, and it stops very, very, very quickly. Now, I hit a few swings with my 7-iron, just to, 1, to get warmed up, and 2, to get a baseline for how high the golf ball should go. So if I go in here and take a look at our table, the club head speed of my 7-iron, I was right at about, 89.3 miles an hour, so 90 miles an hour. So knowing what I've talked about in the past, whatever that number is with my 6-iron, 7-iron in terms of club head speed is how high the ball should go in feet. So taking that into account, that 90-foot number, 90-mile-per-hour number, if we look at the 3-iron, 3-iron was only going 73 feet in the air on average, and it was a bit inconsistent. The 21-degree hybrid was at 86, and I get down to the 7-wood, and we're cruising at 97 feet. That's something I can play golf with and something I can hold the green with. And honestly, like, I looked at, the other thing you should kind of consider when you're looking at what's in your bag is the shots that you face when you're out on the golf course. And the number one reason for me why I wanted to put a 7-wood in the bag, something higher lofted fairway wise, is when I play number 2 Bay Island. Number 2 Bay Island, par 5, wraps around the water. The hole I can get there in 2. The trouble is, for me, is I usually aim, my target is that fairway bunker on the right-hand side of the fairway, and I just hit my driver, my forward, whatever it is, I hit it at that depending on the wind conditions, and that's the target line I take. Well, when I'd get to my ball, I would be 220 to 240 out in that ballpark, but I have a downhill side-hill lie. I can get to the green and cover all the water. The problem is the ball's not going to stay on the green once it gets there. 7-wood. That is probably the number one reason why I put that in the bag. And it's been a great addition to my golf bag in terms of providing some height and some stopping power and just kind of like a par 5 weapon for myself. Now, it may not be a par 5 weapon for you on the other end of this video, but it could be one of those things where all these par 4s and the par 5s and even some of the really long par 3s that we have out at the Naples Club, if you need help stopping the ball on the green, let's look at taking that long iron out or that hybrid out and adding a higher lofted fairway wood, or if it's an iron, go to a higher lofted hybrid, just to get some stopping power and some help in terms of holding those greens. So if this is something you think you need a little bit of help with when you get to that middle portion of your bag or that top end portion of your bag where it's after that first fairway wood and before your longest iron, if you need a little help in that area in terms of determining what you need to help you stop and hold the green, coming out for a club fitting. Jordan B at BonitaBayClub.net. Thank you all. Have a great day.